Welcome back to Goshen Prepping, everybody. A very serious video today. Not long, but something you must watch and watch through, because things that are happening right now are going to have ripple effects very, very, very soon that's going to be catastrophic. Could be absolutely the collapse we've been, preparing for. I hope not. Always prepare to be on the safe side. Because what we're seeing with this government shutdown, and one of the things I take pride in, by the way, on Goshen Prepping is we stay, practically speaking, apolitical. Religionical too. We try not to go into either one of those, because you know what? All walks of faith, both sides of the aisle, we're all in this together. We're all citizens, and we must prepare together. Now, do I have my own political and religious beliefs? Of course I do, but this is not the platform for it. We need to stick together. In fact, right now, since we have so much division in this country, right now is the time we need to stick with one another and help each other out. Because what I see, by the way, when it comes to this government shutdown, I see strong arming in trying to make it so it goes in a certain way. People are not budging, certain senators. I don't have a whole lot of respect for politicians anyway, but they're using this not for the better of the people. They're doing this for their agenda. And what we're seeing with this, because of this, is, of course, government cuts all over the place, money going to people who need the money. Not everybody needs it, but a lot of people will depend on it. When we're talking about even specifically like SNAP benefits, this is food. And I want you to understand, when it comes to civil collapse, listen to me very carefully. Here's the important part of this video. When it comes to civil collapse, it always starts with a lack of food. Think about that for a second, a lack of food. Even when we talk about like the collapse of Germany before the Nazi regime took over, they talk about how the Deutschmark at the time, you would have to have millions of dollars to buy what? A car, coffee grounds, some fertilizer, a new pair of shoes. No, they never talked about it. They talked about you'd have like 1 million Deutschmarks just for a loaf of bread. They always talked about food, always, because that's where it hurts the most. Because we know we can get by without having a new pair of pants or possibly fixing your car, but oh boy, when food comes through and we don't have the money going into food, the food's not being supplied to you, now we're talking about unrest. That's where it always starts. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you to research this. It's always based on, first, a lack of food for the people. People get hangry. They want to do whatever they can to try to get the food. And of course, we talk about there's only 9 meals between normalcy and civil unrest. It's obviously not said exactly like that, but people, you'll have the best next door neighbor in the world, but take away his food, maybe in a complete collapse, and he is going to be very well one of the most violent people you'll come across as he tries to get food for himself, for his family. That's the key. Right now, 42 million people in America are on SNAP benefits of some sorts, where they need the money coming in for food. And listen, I'm not saying there aren't a whole bunch of people who would simply just, do this to get the food and they don't really need it. I know some people up here in Michigan who are exactly like that. It's not that they couldn't work. They just don't want to work. I like my benefits coming in. And that's the key, because there's certain political figures that want it that way. All of you people, you don't have to work. Don't worry about working. Sit back, go to Uncle Sam will pay for you and you're good to go. But just remember, when it comes to voting time, who to vote for. And that's how I see it. Put in the comments below, is that how you see it too? But either way, these same people who also go for that same political party typically are the ones who also cause so much unrest. And now, oh boy, take away their food, and now they're going to see even more of this. Do you not see the connection there? I believe this is all planned and orchestrated. That's what it all came down to. It was always going to come down to this. And even if they do find some way to fix the government, emergency problems right now, it's still going to happen again in the future. Mark my words. That's why we see, I've said it so many times in this channel, we have a war right now for our food supply anyway. Culling chickens and trying to get rid of beef and say it's only supposed to be like some type of plant protein for you. Eggs, just inflation for groceries. There's so many things right now that makes it, when we talk about and we budget our bill for our house, I am completely amazed at how expensive it is for food. I'm sure you feel it in your wallet too. Of course you do. And now for all these people who can't afford food, oh, it's okay, we'll put you on SNAP. And some of these people who don't even really think they should be on SNAP are, and now we're going to yank it away. Hey, maybe you need to vote for us, because we're the ones that want you to have this in the first place. Think about that. All right. Several states, by the way, have declared already a state of emergency. Let's see, New York, Oregon, Virginia, I think, a few of them. And because their food banks are dry, they're empty. They don't have the food to hand out to people. And I love food banks. I think it's the most fantastic thing there is to mankind, is people helping people, donating food and give it to people who need it. And food banks in this area, they don't even have a criterion. You can go up, I've never done it before, but I heard you can go up and say, hey, can I have some of the food? Sure. They don't even care what kind of socioeconomic class you're in, or if you even need it, they'll hand it out. But I bet you anything right now, they're saying, oh, you know what? We really have to see if you truly need that food, because 42 million people are now suddenly not getting food and getting hangry. And when will it turn into, well, problems in our society? Because here's the thing, I'm going to make it clear again. When we talk about triggers for social unrest, which often leads to, YouTube doesn't like this word, riots, collapses. When we've seen this in less stable countries like in the United States, it always starts with food. So what's going to be the catalyst in the United States? Is this going to be it? So listen, I have people all the time talk about, this is a great channel, you should follow it and give advice, but I want you to understand that whenever I talk about scary things, and if you can't handle the scary things, then I'm sorry, go put your onesie pajamas back on and go hang out back at home and watch your TV. Because we talk about mom and dad stuff here. The majority of the people on this channel right now are families, are parents, are grandparents. And we need to help each other out and stick with each other. If you don't have a prepping group, then do it, because that's what we do on this channel. So we talk about the things that are happening. I didn't write the news, but listen, this is one of the times we really need to focus on this, because this could be absolutely catastrophic if it continues like this. This is the number one thing that leads to collapse. So what I take pride in this channel is not just talking about scary stuff. We talk about it. If you can't handle it, then leave. I don't care. But we offer some kind of remedy. Follow it or not, that's up to you. So what do we do about this? How can we counteract this? First off, community has to be key. It has to be key. A prepping community, an overall community, your neighbors. When's the last time you had a neighborly thing? I hope a lot of you have stories where, I still talk to my neighbors. I want you to understand that if you let people, there is a collapse and you let people know you have food, they may take your food. I want you to keep that in mind. But get a community together, not necessarily a prepping community. And if we see problems as far as our food supply goes, because listen, if they start seeing changes in the grocery store because these SNAP benefits aren't there, grocery stores themselves will change, and actually in the long run can make it more difficult for everybody else to get food too. It's a ripple and disruption in the supply chain. So as a community, we need to help each other out. That's the very first thing. Second thing, right now, last I was at a grocery store, it's relatively stable. Stockpile, stock up. Get what you need to. There's lots at the grocery store right now. But unfortunately, one of the things that I think might be happening soon is people will start getting wind that, people aren't going to have the money for certain things in food. We're going to start seeing supply chain disruptions again because of this, prices of food actually even going up even more, and then a run on grocery stores. I don't want you to wait till that point. If you have some extra money right now, $100, go buy 100 cans of tuna. Well, sorry, I'm delusional thinking they cost $1 still. I don't know how much tuna costs anymore, but I know it's not $1 anymore. It used to be right, like 39 cents for a can of tuna. Get $100 worth of food. Get some of the staples. Don't get garbage food, by the way. Potato chips, that's not a staple. Stay away from the garbage. Stay away from the preservatives. Stay away from the carbs. Rice and beans, great. And I know there's a high glycemic effect for rice, carbs, but you know what? This thing will fill your belly and make you feel a lot better. I like canned meats. What do you like? Besides, put in the comments below, go out and buy that thing. Stock up. If you have a little bit extra money right now, now is the time to do it. And listen, next week, the government fixes this. Everything goes back to normal. I'm going to use that term very lightly here, obviously, almost jokingly. That's okay. You have some extra food now. It's not going to go bad. So listen, guys, now's the time to take that step. Now's the time to take this very seriously. Because in Goshen Prepping, we try to look at what might happen in the future. This might happen. This might happen. This might happen. But if this scenario happens, this is the one that could collapse our entire system. Are you ready for that? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Put in the comments below, what are you doing to prepare for such an event? And how about this? Do you think it's going to happen? I sure hope not. But as preppers, we prepare anyway, just in case. Thanks for watching.